sorry, my bad. I did the Ganondorf whatever style thingy mechanism where it can block or like sort of send back a homing missile. So obviously this thing homes, I can get out of the way and it can, fly over, but I can also, I can also send it back. The detection radius is a bit weird, but hey, it works. Run over here and then, oops. I'll try to hit ones like sideways, like bam, that way. I can't really activate it when I'm too close to it, which I guess makes sense, but I can activate it when it's really far away. Anyway, so I believe this is what you wanted. Oops, yeah, see, sometimes it does that. Ouch. Okay, I was too late. Ouch. I'm about to kill myself here. Okay, I'm just gonna kill him. Weird Ganondorf goblin. Anyway, so how this works, first of all, just equip a sword, whatever. Go to your player's brain. Activate the sensors, activate the show vision sensor. Just, grab this little thingy, make it nice and big, especially upwards and left and right. Nee, dat hebben we die stikken. And then go to your weapon brain. Now this is important. So click on your weapon. Go once, global weapon. So this is a object set variable equals me. Okay. That basically increases it as a weapon. It counts as a weapon. Now for the player, you don't have to do absolutely nothing. Okay, just except for the vision part. Now for your boss, Ganondorf Goblino, you go into his brain. This thing should be on all goblin enemies, this line of code. Basically enemy nearest object or player nearest object, enemy equals to it. Now usually you want to have objects close to blah blah blah, how close the enemy is it fires, but who cares, you can figure that out on your own. Or you can ask me, I can also help with that. I just did a counter time of 3 loop. Shoot, effect gizmo, which is my fireball, this one. At enemy, which we just established is whenever an enemy or a neutral faction, and he's at team 2, and the player is team 1, I believe, so he's seen as an enemy. You'll attack him. At speed 5, you can increase or slow this down. You don't need wind up. Wind up is just the extra animation it does. Lifetime, you can also change that. I just did it very high because it kept disappearing too fast. Now for the fire effect, you go into it. Properties, brain, not sensor, sorry. Template. Make sure this is true. That way you can use this thingy over and over. And for this thing, same thing. Template true. Now this is the one I will gonna send back. So you can appearance, effect hints. You can change its effects if you want. You don't have to, but it makes it much easier visually. Now as for the brain part, pretty simple here as well. Once this is a boolean, homing equals true, so that means as soon as it fires out, homing is already on. You can also have this off and have the boss only turn on homing for specific times or when something happens, but you can have fun with that. Objects closer than 2 creator enemy. So we established that this Goblino creates him and shoots him, so he's the creator. An enemy, as we just established, is the team 1 player. So he started to homing equals false. All this does, you can technically put this below as well, but all this does is when it gets too close to the players, it stops homing onto the players, so it can actually pass them. So it doesn't constantly fly at you. It would be pretty funny though. And for the fourth line, we just go homing, which is the boolean we created. So this means if it's true, you can also write it this way, but it's just extra stuff, so we don't need that. Move with flying toward creator enemy, which is, we did the same thing here. Center, this is important. If you don't do center, it flies onto his feet and doesn't work. At speed, because you already have your flying speed, if you make this speed too quick, it'll just be a supersonic missile. You can obviously, change it to however you want. You can make it fast or slow. It also turns faster and slower. Minimum distance 0. This is so it doesn't stop moving towards the enemy and just stands in front of him. And without the acceleration also is so, it doesn't slow down. Now objects closer than 1, so any objects closer. Then we put a 1 in there. Global weapon, so that's the player's weapon. Its owner, so this thing is the global weapon, so basically the weapon that the players equip. Its owner, so this is the player, is attacking, and the player, the player basically, owner, see me. That means if it's in the detection radius. Now you can obviously use different types of detection methods, but this basically allows me to I cannot deflect weapons when I'm not looking at it, because currently the only way that it detects weapons is just in a 1 meter radius for the weapon, but it doesn't mean if the player's facing towards the enemy or towards the bullet or towards anything really. It just, as soon as it sees a weapon, it flies back. So I want the player to be attacking and also to actually see the bullet in front of it. What we then do is bullet equals create effect gizmo, which is the blue one here. Click the blue one. We're in the red brain, so we have to click the blue. Confirm selection. Add position toward creator. Now, you don't need to actually do toward creator, but I just like having it. And then bullet target. So we're gonna get into that real soon. Equals creator. So the creator. This means this current bullets, basically the enemy projectiles creator. So that is Mr. Goblino over there. Basically, this thing's bullets you've created, the blue one, its target will become the enemy, Goblino, Ganondorf, whatever, and then you destroy yourself. Now, down here is important because I've realized when you create effects, it doesn't actually damage the enemy, especially I think if you use move of flying, it sort of ignores the bumping, the initial damage, so just do bump creator enemy, which means this guy's Goblino enemy. You'll damage it 15, you can change its number and just destroy. So it doesn't do it over and over. For the blue bullet, if you have a target, which means if for whatever reason the player dies, actually no, not the player, the boss dies, it just destroys itself. But we'll get into that afterwards. If you have a boss or target, move flying at speed 5, you can switch this as well. Toward target, which is the boss, center, min distance 0 without the acceleration. If you bump into your target, damage at 15, you can change this as well, and you can destroy. Otherwise, if the boss somehow dies, well, the effect just plays a little arcane spellcast, anything really. You don't have to do this, but I just destroy it. Because this thing is not actually a projectile, this is just an effect that's flying, so it would not continue to move forward. You could just make it say move with flying forward, blah blah blah, at speed, and then after maybe kind of 5 seconds just destroy. You can do that as well. But yeah, that's literally how to make a bullets that can be reflected back very simply, without making it too complicated. So yeah, have fun with that. See ya.